Morning everyone, I'm Luke Sullivan with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We're about 30 minutes north of Denver, just off of 25. You can't miss us. Today behind me, second trailer of the week for me to video, so a little bonus. It's another used one. Lots of used inventory on the lot. I don't think you'll find many like this used inventory on the lot. This is still a very new trailer. It is a 2024 model. But behind me I have a Cimarron bumper pull, 3-horse Jeep toy hauler, whatever you want to call it. Not solely for Jeeps. We don't discriminate. If you want to put a side-by-side, an ATV, motorcycles in the back storage garage of this thing, we'll take a good look at it. You'll see kind of the open space that it is pretty versatile. You can use it as you please. But very unique trailer, obviously custom built and designed by a customer here. To be pulled behind a Super C or a big diesel pusher or something like that. If it really checks all your boxes, you can even pick up one of our Summit hauler trucks too and pull it behind one of those guys. Nice big stout bumper hitches on those trucks. So we'll start right at the front, take a look at this thing. Set up a little different than a lot of our goosenecks, set up very different than a lot of our bumper pulls. We are a steel 25,000 pound hitch on this guy. We do have some bolt-on adjustment in it. We can raise it or lower it if need be. We're gonna have some beefy chains on this guy. And we also have an electric over hydraulic jack on our bumper pull trailer. Really nice, no need to crank this guy. Same equalizer setup that you see on all of our goosenecks. Self-contained, we've got a keyed switch over here, up and down. Really nice feature for a trailer of this size and this weight to come over here, raise and lower it with the press of a button. And because of that, you get a 12-volt service on board. You get a deep cycle battery to go along with that. Run some interior lights, run some exterior lights while you're unhooked as well. So typical 7-pin connection. We are electric over hydraulic brakes on this guy, so that keeps us in a 7-pin configuration for your tow vehicle. Make sure, especially with a trailer this size, we're not dealing with small weights anymore on this guy. Make sure with a trailer of this size that you're set up to brake it properly, that your truck can handle the electric over hydraulic systems, that they communicate together, and that you've got a good feel for the brake that you've got and the strength that you've got in the brakes in the trailer themselves, because they're supposed to work together, truck and trailer, RV and trailer, diesel pusher, whatever you put in front of this guy. You want to make sure all that's functioning well. So that's the business end of things. Pretty serious business up here when you're hauling something like this down the road. But again, really well set up, really well configured and easy setup, similar to what you're used to with a bumper pull. But let's get in the meat and potatoes of it. I kind of thought about maybe calling this trailer like a marriage saver or something like that. I'm a Jeep guy. I wish I owned one right now, but I don't. Otherwise, we'd stuck it inside for show for you. But this is just a really great way to appease both spouses, everybody in the family, whether a couple of the kids want to go out on a four-wheeler or a couple of them want to go riding on their horse. So what we're going to talk about first is the horse side of things. Straight away, you'll see we're a very typical kind of Cimarron tack room in here. We're carpeted walls, fully adjustable saddle racks. Cimarron trailer, we're the Cimarron dealer in the area, so if you need to add some saddle racks to that, we can add matching racks to that. You're not going to have some goofy odd looking set in there that doesn't quite match. So bridle hooks are bound. We've got a couple different brush boxes here on the door. We've got drains in these, great for brushes, great for spray bottles, show sheen, fly sprays, whatever you need in there, some hoof dressing. Really nice way to keep things organized and ways to keep it very easily accessible. When you pop this door open, you've got everything right at your hand there. Again, carpeted wall in the back of this for your hooks. Anytime you see some of these used aluminum trailers on the market without that carpet, you see that metal marking that you get in there, and it's just not the best looking, not the best for the resale. So we are a rubber matted floor in here, pretty easy to sweep this guy out, get in and out of here, sweep out what you need to. We've got a double row of bridle hooks on our carpeted back wall. Again, tons and tons of room. These hooks too that Cimarron makes, they're a little deeper off the wall, they're a lot taller, and they're stout. I wouldn't do it, but you could probably hang off of them if you were a little smaller stature than me. But really nice hooks, great way to hang some hoses too, they won't bounce off. I've spent a lot of time on these Colorado bouncy roads now, and I've always got bridles and shanks and halters and stuff like that that have fallen off the hooks that I have because they're so shallow. So Nice use of space in here. We've got some OptiBrite lights in there, some LED lights, so we can really kind of turn this day into night, night into day in here. If you're working, horse people are always working early mornings and late nights. So nice utilitarian tack room out of this guy. We're a 3-horse trailer. We've got the 3 saddle racks, and again, we can always add or subtract those, and they're infinitely adjustable too. A loosen of a couple little bolts, you can put them all the way to the floor or raise them all the way to the roof. And this rack is also completely removable as well. So great spot to store all your horse things. You've got spot in here for 3 horses, so we've got them a straight across load. We are a double Dutch door separate from the ramp. Both of our Dutch doors have drop windows in them. You'll see everywhere in the horse compartment especially, we've got drop windows abound on this thing. Tons of airflow with those drop windows. We like them a lot. They're a little smaller in these doors, but still allow for a ton of airflow. So we've got the double Dutch doors, and then we've got a full-size, full-width ramp over here as well. You'll see straight away 2 horses side by side, and then our third is tucked in here behind the wall. He has a drop window front and side as well. Padded partitions with the airflow dividers. Drop some of these guys down a little bit. Cimarron is really proud of their and does a really great job with their kind of one-handed operation of all their stuff. You'll see with our typical slant loads, you'll see a lot of them are slam latch, one-handed operation. The same with these latches and these pins for these. Really nice setup. We've got a manger on our driver's side. We've got drop windows head side and hip side. And you'll see also above us too, Cimarron, whether they're making their stock combos, their stock boxes, or their massive LQs, they're always doing an insulated roof panel, but a honeycomb design that's got an R3 insulation factor, and it's got a bit of strength to it as well. You don't have to find those cross beams anymore if you need to walk up on your roof. And you would find yourself on the roof of this as well. We do have an integrated hay pod towards the back of this guy. You'll also notice over each horse, we've got a 2-way roof vent. Good way to get some air moving out of there in the summertime, bring some nice fresh air in. Wintertime, move some of that hot, stuffy air if you've got the big drop windows closed down during the winter. Pin that on our wall. Easy release on that in the floor. Nice plastic inset where that sets. You'll also notice we're Werm flooring here in the horse compartment. So Werm flooring is our impenetrable pour and rubberized flooring. We love it. It is some good housekeeping practices after your use with your horses. Clean up your manure and your shavings and your urine, and a bit of a washout, and otherwise this is a maintenance-free flooring. No more pulling out rubber mats, no more sprinkling in baking soda once a year, no more worries of that corrosion caused by the horse urine and the acidity from that. So the Werm flooring is a great option on these trailers, and it goes for anything, whether it's a big Jeep hauler like this or whether it's our little 2-horse bumper pulls. Great option if you find a trailer on the lot that doesn't have it. We do have a local vendor near Denver that'll do it for us, and that's something we can always do after the fact for you. So call us, we can get you a quote from them and go from there. So again, really nicely set up 3-horse area in here. No real expenses spared, no amenities knocked off the list. Everything, you've got your mangers, you've got your drop windows, and you've got your roof vents. So really nice area to haul your horses in. I think they'll be very comfortable. We will notice before we get into the back garage of this thing, speaking of comfort, we are on air ride suspension here. So we are a triple axle, 7K each axle, so it gives us a 21,000 pound GVWR, and we have an air dump on our front axle. So you'll see a lot of semis going down the road. They'll have what they call a pusher axle that's raised up off of the ground, all done through air and airbags. This won't pick the axle up off of the ground, but what it's going to do is going to deflate the airbags on that front axle, so that when you're doing that maneuvering in a gas station, in a parking lot, at a show, at home, it takes away a lot of that scrub. We love our triple axles for that weight distribution that we get, for that kind of peace of mind that you've got 3 axles on the ground holding up your precious cargo. And just that, you know, just like in the aviation world, I think of the redundancy. There's great thought and peace of mind and redundancy. So you've got the triple axles on these guys, but the problem we always have is the scrubbing when you're in parking lots, when you're maneuvering. So that's why we've done the air dump axle on the front. Carry a key fob in the truck with you. Find yourself in a parking lot at the dealership. Find yourself at a fuel station or at a show. Hit that air dump, and like I said, it's not going to raise the axle off the ground, but it's going to take all the weight, the air out of those airbags on that front axle and all the pressure off of that, and going to reduce a ton of that scrub. And we've decided recently, tried a few the other way, but we've done it, doing it on the front axle. We find we put a little more weight on our tow vehicle, obviously, but inherently because of that, we're taking a little more off the trailer. So just a little less scrub because of that. Really helps kind of just with the wear and tear on your tires, your axles, and your bearings, and everything in between. So you will notice double Dutch doors, drop window at the last horse there that's tucked in behind the wall. And now we've got the jail bar free drop windows. These are all garage. So we have a 16-foot garage in this thing. I may have left it out earlier, but total bumper to bumper, hitch to rear bumper, we are just a hair under 40 feet. So our garage area takes up 16 feet of that. 16 feet on the inside. We are 8 foot 4 inches wide, about as wide as you can get to legally go down the interstate. And we've got a ton of room in this garage. So we'll take a walk around the back and take a look. You'll see right away, we have a ramp with your typical garage door, spring cables, really nice setup. Not a heavy ramp, very easy to raise and lower one-handed if you really want to. We are 7'10" tall all the way in the interior. You will see we have a little point of egress in here where we're about 7'3", I believe. So if you are getting into some taller Jeeps, maybe we need to deflate your tires to off-road mode, that buy you that couple extra inches to fit inside of here. Otherwise, you'll see right away, we've done rubber matted floors over our typical Cimarron aluminum floor underneath here. We have tons of E-track and tie-down points front and back. We custom built a little chalk system for the previous customer of this so he could roll into those and know that he's not going to move around with a couple straps as well. So we've got some rings in the front, we've got the chalk systems, and we've got some rings in the E-track system in the back. Very versatile, a lot you can do with this. Obviously being 8'4" wide, we have a lot of fender well on the inside of here. So know your width. If this is something you're really interested in, but you're running big Dana 60s and 39s, know your widths, and we can certainly talk about doing some measurements for you and getting exact measurements and what you're looking for. So again, drop windows on both sides, passenger and driver, and then obviously a huge access door in here. If you need to pull in here, take a little break from a storm, get out of the heat, you're gonna have a ton of airflow flowing through here, and I think you'll be in a pretty comfortable spot. Definitely not gonna be a closed-in, typical enclosed type cargo trailer in this guy. So a lot of room in here, and a lot of versatility too. You know, we call it a Jeep trailer. I'm a Jeep guy, and I think that's kind of why I'm sticking with it a little bit. But really, you've got 16 feet of garage right here. Put a couple wheel chocks in there for some bikes. You've got room for multiple ATVs in here, and if you've got some smaller, maybe two-seater side-by-sides, I very well see you could fit more than one of those in here as well. So know what you've got, know what kind of sizes you're working with, but otherwise we've got 16 foot of garage back here and three horses worth of space up front. So everybody's going to be pretty happy over the weekend, whether they're on four wheels or four legs. So we'll go around to the driver's side real quick. Just take another look. We'll see the head side dividers on the horse side. We'll take a quick look. Again, triple axle on the 19.5 Alcoas. They look really nice. We'll close this door and have a quick look at our drop windows. We'll see inside some of our manger storage as well. This is obviously Jeep compartment or garage as well, again, because we don't have those jail bars. But on the head side of all three horses, we've got the jail bars. Same Cimarron design. There's no hardware, no latches. Pull it in and out of that open slot in the track, and it's a really nice system. So, very typical trailer with a manger setup. You'll see we have a big storage compartment up front. We have another one, same continuous compartment. This is a standalone compartment where we've got a lot of our controls. We've got our air ride controls right here. self-contained system. You've got an air dump here to drain some water out of if you need to for good maintenance practices. And then your on-off switch. You do have a gauge. With these typically run around 140, 130 psi. And then our valve to raise and lower. As we sit right now, as you've seen in the videos, we're lowered. Really nice way to show you how nice of an angle we can get those ramps at. If you are hauling some kind of sports car that's riding a little lower, you can bring this trailer way down and get it down close, and we can add some ramp extensions to you to give you a little extra space. You'll see also we've made a little storage compartment down there. Our electric over hydraulic brake reservoir is down inside of there as well. So just a nice clean way to keep things tucked away. I think that's a great spot to store a few tools, and a great spot to come and check on your air ride too. More drop windows and tons of storage under this manger. So we've done a carpeted wall in the forward part of this compartment. We have some bridle hooks, but just a really nice way to keep things looking clean. We've rubber matted it in the bottom, and you know, just you can never have too much storage, whether it's Jeep gear that you want to store in here, or you've got some more horse gear that you want to store in here as well. So a good look at this guy, mostly closed up. You'll see we do have an integrated hay pod on the roof, and we have tons of lighting on this guy, whether it's the awning lights to help you do a little work on your horses while you're tacking up. You've got some some tie rings there for your horses, whether you've got your Jeep parked off to the side or your side-by-side parked outside and you're doing a little work on that. We've got those nice awning lights, and then tons of the button LED running lights. Can never have too many of them. Really like being well lit up. Especially on the road these days. Tons of running lights. And then another added feature that we're doing in a lot of trailers now that I like a lot is that side turn signal. This is a big, long trailer. Having just that one more point of grabbing the attention of drivers around you to tell them what you're doing, like that quite a bit too. And then you'll see our integrated hay pod on the top of this guy as well. So hay pod, more storage for totes, for equipment, for your rigs or your toys or whatever you're hauling. But nice look at the side of this guy. And then inside of here, we've just got a simple, really changing room. We've got a ton of shelving in here. Nice place to store some stuff. We've got double shelves. Again, LED lighting here so we can really light things up. And we are full length. This tack room, I think from nose to our back wall here is just under 10 feet. I think we're 9'6" to the point of that nose. So we've got a ton of shelving here, and then every sport coat and dress shirt I own, I think, would fit on this rack right here, and make my wife very happy because she'd have a second closet that way too. So, you know, really nice storage over here, really nice changing room. You will see over in the corner too, we've got a full-size matching spare, and your 12-volt service is there with a battery disconnect tucked behind that spare tire. So nice. Just added space. Again, you can never have too much storage space in these things, so makes a big difference. Fold down step on these makes this entrance and exits out of these things a lot easier, especially you get this thing aired up and you're riding down the road and you need to pop in real quick to grab something. Nice to have that step. You don't have to climb all the way up into that tack room. So we'll button this guy up. Again, this is a used unit at Transwest here in Frederick, Colorado. Like all of our used units, it will go through our shop for safety checks. We'll check bearings, we'll check brakes, we'll check axles, we will check lights, we will check functionality of jacks and all of the above. Anything safety-wise to get you going down the road. So if you're interested in this unit, please feel free to look it up. We will have it linked down below. Its stock number is 5U240818. If you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to me on my cell. It's 859-509-1282. You can also reach me an email if you prefer that, luke.sullivan@transwest.com. Thanks for your time today, everybody. Again, a really cool, unique trailer. I hadn't seen one. I haven't been here that long. It's the first one that I've seen kind of like that. Within a few weeks of this coming back in, we have another one in for service for a customer. So neat to see two of them. They do exist. They are out there. We ship nationwide. So if you're East Coast looking at this thing and drooling over it and really wishing to hit a bunch of trails out west, out east with that, or vice versa, we can ship it out to you. So give us a call, check it out. Thanks again. Have a great day. Bye.